Hello, friends. Welcome to this program, which is known as Know the Topmost Company in Your State. So, whichever state you are living in, do you know which are the top companies in your state? So, if you want to know, you have come to the right place. We meet you every day and we bring about the top companies in a particular state. Today, we are discussing about a top company in Haryana in the area of uh, pension funds, which is the top company. So the area that we want to discuss today is the pension fund. Basically, pension fund requires the lifelong saving of individuals, people who work for government, and when they retire, the pension is fixed based on their levels. So, and we are discussing about the state of Haryana and the biggest pension fund provider in the state of Haryana, which is this company. Well, this company is a government owned company called the EPFO. EPFO, if you are a government servant, you would know what is EPFO. It is known as Employee Provident Fund Organization of India. And in short, it is known as EPFO. So EPFO is the largest pension fund company in the state of Haryana. Now, what makes it so special? Well, the EPFO is basically providing pension to millions of government workers, whether they are in state government or in central government. Their pensions after they retire. And the rule is that you have to be employed for at least 20 years in the government, and after that you become automatically eligible for the pension, to get the pension. However, the pension fund is, as the name suggests, works like a fund. That means somebody has to contribute into that fund, and that is the employee themselves. When they join these jobs, when they take up the government jobs, a portion of their salary is sent to EPFO as investment in the fund, and the fund manager basically then subsequently take this money, which is coming from millions of employees, government employees, whether state government or the central government. Then these monies are invested in various government projects, and then the growth is shown. And therefore, when the employees are ready to retire, the fund has become substantial for them, and the pension will come from that amount. So this is essentially how the Employee Provident Fund Scheme works, or EPFO department function. So we will discuss more about it. Now, in terms of the market share of EPFO in Haryana, it is equal to 85,256 crores. So you can imagine there is a lot of money riding in the state of Haryana within EPFO. 85,000 crores is not a small amount, it's a huge amount. That means so many government employees have invested for the sake of getting their pension. And this department, EPFO, has been working right after the independence. So they are responsible for so many pension of so many millions of employees in the state of Haryana, and the net worth in Haryana itself. Well, EPFO is a very big organization across India, because they are among the top players in the when it comes to pension fund. And government is the one of the largest employer of manpower, and therefore they are also the largest payer of pension in anywhere in India. Since we are discussing about Haryana, in the state of Haryana, the size of EPFO fund is 85,000 crores. Imagine if there are all the states of India, how much is the net worth of Employee Provident Fund Organization, which is EPFO. In Haryana itself, there are 85,000 crores. So they are substantially big, and therefore they are the biggest, topmost organization in the state of Haryana, which is providing pension fund to millions of citizens of India who have worked for government and retired. Now, if you look at the competition with EPFO, although there is hardly any competition because they are way ahead of the competition, they are number one, of course, with 85,000 plus crores of fund size. But then there are others pension fund also available, and that is the State Bank of India pension fund, which is, compared to EPFO, they are way below, but only 4,000 crores, followed by life insurance, which is 3,000 crores. Then there's followed by number 4 is public sector pension fund, which is about 2,000 crores. And then 5th is national pension system, which is 1.2 crores, 1.1200 crores basically. So these are the top 5 pension fund providers in the state of Haryana, and obviously EPFO is way ahead of other competition in the state, and therefore EPFO is a major provider of pensions for the government. Now, when it comes to providing pensions, it requires a lot of data validation, and especially it deals with the people who are elderly or near elderly, middle ages to elderly people who needs the pension for survival. Therefore, the checks and balances have to be done. The level based classification has to be done. Whole lot of data has to be captured in case because of some reason pension is not to be provided, to be stopped. All that has to be done. If pension has to be released, that has to be done. So all of this configuration and all of this data management is a very tedious task, as it involves millions of people. And imagine, even if one pension is stopped, the impact of that would be tremendous. Even one person not getting the dues, it will be too much. So therefore, the fail mechanism have to be in place also. Fail proofing has to be done. So EPFO, even though they are the government department, they are very well ahead in terms of adoption of technology. All of this thing can be handled by effective use of technology. Therefore, they have a mechanism where in the month of November, people actually give life certificate saying that they are still living, and then for next 1 year the pension will be transferred directly from EPFO to their respective bank accounts. This is a mechanism, and so there is a lot of dependency in terms of calculation of fund. In case the pay commission raises are given, that has to be applied to each and every pensioners payout, etc. So all of this is very system driven and technology driven, and there are enough fail proof mechanism available in the EPFO system. So they are working very efficiently, extremely efficiently. And although EPFO is a India wide organization providing pensions to all the citizens of India, but in state of Haryana they are number one. When it comes to employees, most of the EPFO employees would have to go through the government recruitment processes, which is like, if you are in a senior level, you have to cross the All India examinations. So based on the All India examinations, you will be placed in various management level roles. But even if you are a lower level employee, you still have to go through an examination. So there are no recruitments like a private sector where the interviews are done, etc., etc. In case of a government recruitment, it is always an examination because the competition is very high. But once you get in, then you don't have to come out of that job. It will be a sort of a permanent job until unless something very drastic happens. So people prefer working for the government, and of course EPFO is one of the major employer in the state of Haryana. You can imagine that calculation of pension, collection of the various contribution from the employees, serving employees, and then making sure the fund grows, investment in various government schemes. It requires a lot of brain power. In terms of disbursement and collection, you can use system, but in terms of how do you run the fund effectively, requires a lot of knowledge of the financial market, and therefore the EPFO requires a very specific skill set. Again, the recruitment is through the competitive examinations. So it's a very good job, very lucrative job, but it's not readily available. So if you want to basically join EPFO, please look at the nearest competitive exam happening in the state of Haryana or across various levels, whether it is UPSC exam for the civil service cadre or anything lower than that. But then if you have the skill sets, especially the financial skill sets and administration as well as IT, look at the various government exams for onboarding into Employee Provident Fund Organization, which is the number one pension fund in the state of Haryana. So friends, I have provided you a lot of information about EPFO, which is the top company in the area of pension fund in the state of Haryana. Just in case, if you have questions, please feel free to send it across. Hopefully this information is useful for you. You will be able to get inspired to prepare for your entrance exam to with the intention to join EPFO or the associated government job in the pension fund scheme if you are especially in Haryana. So just in case if you're looking as some sort of business association, that again will go through some sort of tendering process, and you have to go through the government portals announcing these tenders. So anything that government does, it has to be done in a very transparent manner, and in a in a manner where there is a bit of selection process which is transparent. So understand this fact and make your choices. So hopefully this information will be useful to and help you in deciding the next course of action. Thanks for joining me live, and I will catch you again in the next edition of Know the Top Company in Your State.